Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to Mind Spot Therapy video shorts on different mental health topics. First, I just want to say thank you for the really good feedback on the first video that we did last week, or that I did last week. I got some really good feedback and some really good ideas of things to include moving forward for some of these videos. Today, I wanted to take a little bit of a different approach. It's Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. I think oftentimes when I think about a Monday, when I think about a work week and I talk with individuals who are struggling to deal sometimes with the fast-paced nature of life, I think sometimes what we forget is we could take a step out and kind of reframe or readjust our framework, if you will, on how we look at our day. I'm sure most of you have had that day where maybe you woke up a few minutes late and or your kids woke up a few minutes late and you were just really kind of struggling to get out of the door to get the day started. And in those days, it's pretty common that seems to be the day that as soon as you get in the car to go to work, there's an accident or some type of traffic jam or construction is what you get stuck in. And it always happens to be similar on the day that you have that big presentation or a big meeting that you have to do for work. And by the time you get to work, you're so pent up, you're so frustrated. And after that meeting, whether it goes well or not, we often say to ourselves, well, that didn't go as well as it should have, or that didn't go the way I wanted it to. This makes sense, in part because what happened is we started our day under the stress mentality. The stress response, often referred to or known better as that fight or flight response, it's a process in our brain that happens devoid of our cognitive thought. So that minute that you wake up and you start to rush around the house and you're trying to get out the door, you're trying to get the kids out and have them eat breakfast or at least maybe grab a snack bar or something on the way, this ultimately puts us in the stress mode. The stress response is kicked off by two parts of the brain. The distressing emotion is felt in your amygdala. There's no cognitive thought in your amygdala, or all emotion is felt rather in your amygdala. And then from there, that amygdala with those distressing thoughts sends messaging to your hypothalamus. The hypothalamus is in charge of that autonomic nervous system and initiating that autonomic nervous system. And what happens then is you get a secretion of certain hormones. Your heart rate goes up, your respiration rate goes up, so your body and your brain are kind of in the fight or flight stress response. Well, what happens over time is, if you think of it in regards to what the brain is doing, the hypothalamus and the autonomic nervous system are initiated, and that means that there's brain functioning, brain power going to that piece of the brain. So now my ability to focus, or my ability to concentrate, or my ability to genuinely have some enjoyment can be really very much impacted, especially on those days where stress continues to compound throughout the day. So when we intervene on this, there are a number of relaxation techniques, and we'll spend all kinds of time doing videos on relaxation techniques and ways to calm and get connected into the here and the now. And those are really helpful. But when I think about a Monday, and as the work week is getting ready to get set, and in particular we have the weekend, a long weekend coming up for us, oftentimes this seems to be a very slow week for us. Sometimes can be a very stressful one. So as stress begins to mound in your day-to-day life or in your weekly life, I want you to try to remember a few things that can help you shift your perspective, that will help shut off that fight or flight response in your brain, but will also reframe or refocus your thoughts to a more positive mindset, and not just to a more positive mindset, but also to a more well-balanced mindset. We're going to feel, and you could really begin to connect with some enjoyment or some happiness, and really begin to feel a little bit more hopeful. Again, with that stress response, life comes at us from all different angles and at a very, very fast pace. And oftentimes it feels as though we are the victim of circumstance, the victim of things in the world around us, relationships, whatever they may be. The reality is we are uniquely in control of our thoughts. When we practice gratitude or thankfulness, what we are doing is we're shifting away from the kind of experience that we often find ourselves in as a response to the external world, but instead we're going to dictate our own experience. I often use the phrase having an intentional experience. And so shifting your mind to thankfulness or to gratitude is going to really help you get into your intentional mind and say to yourself, I'm in control of my thoughts. I'm in charge of my thoughts, not my reaction to certain stressors, not my reaction to the fact that, this day started off horribly, but in fact that I am in charge of my experience. So a few quick ideas, some things that can be helpful ways to practice gratitude. What I encourage people to do is think of the 3 things that in your life that you are just genuinely, you just know how much those people mean to you. So it could be people or it could be things. Maybe it's your job, maybe it's your education, maybe it's a sport that you play, whatever it is. What are the 3 things? Come up with 3 things that genuinely just make you feel good about you. But we're not going to stop right there. This isn't Thanksgiving dinner where I sit around and I say, hey, I'm thankful for my family, I'm thankful for my health, or I'm thankful for my job. Those are wonderful things to be thankful for, and I don't want to impugn the importance of those things in your life. What I'm saying, though, is this isn't Thanksgiving dinner. This is an exercise in shifting your focus on the things that are important to you. So take the time to think about, why is it that I'm thankful for my family? What does my family provide me? Who are they to me? What do they mean to me? When you get in touch with that piece of the thankfulness, when you would take those 3 things that you're really truly thankful for, that you really truly feel grateful to have as your part of your experience, and you understand why. I often tell people, when I think of things that I'm grateful for, one of the top 3 things on my list are my brothers. My brothers, the reason that I'm thankful for them is because they're the best guys you're going to know. They're great dads. They give me all the support and the love. They're my number 1 fans, but they also are right there to tell me exactly what I need to hear when I need to hear it. They're great to go to a baseball game with and have a chat with or grab a beer. They give me a hug and tell me it's okay to cry. They're always there for me. Now, I surmise, I could go on, but I won't. But I surmise that most of you feel at least somewhat connected to my brothers, or would at least say, I'd like to meet those guys, right? That's the point of this exercise, is that when we practice this gratitude and we get in touch with why these people are important to us, not just that they are important, we're going next level thinking. This is what makes it intentional. So do that with the 3 things that you like. Then what I encourage you to do when you start to feel stressed, when you start to feel that the world is coming at you from all different angles at a very fast pace, I want you to stop. I want you to think about those 3 things. And I want you to think about the reasons that you're thankful for them. This will most assuredly help you at least gain control of your thoughts, make you feel make you feel less like you're a victim to circumstance, and recognizing and understand that life's just stressful. It's going to be that way, but it doesn't have to be our stress experience. That doesn't have to be our experience. Another quick trick that I'll offer in terms of thankfulness, and this one's a little bit easier and a little bit quicker. Just write down 5 memories from your life where you just remember laughing hysterically. Try to pair those into one sentence or a few words. Put those on a little note card. Put that little note card on your office. And I promise that what happened is every time you look at that little note card, put it somewhere where you can see. You'll laugh. You'll look at those little things and you'll laugh. Just that little bit of laughter, what it does is it helps again to make us feel calm and relaxed. Laughing secretes certain hormones in our body. It lights up the brain, and it really begins to make us feel more creative, more in control of our lives as well. I hope you found this video helpful. I'm hoping to put out 2 more videos this week. Might be a little aggressive on my part with time, but I hope you guys liked it. And again, as always, please provide feedback. I do these videos for you guys, for anyone out there who wants to take the time to listen. So please tell me feedback. Tell me what you'd like to see on the next videos. And again, we'll have some webinars. Sounds like anxiety will be my first webinar that I'll do. So I'll push that out here hopefully in the next week or so. Have a great night.